contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. Please enjoy the game and support these student athletes while modeling good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Brookings High School Band under the direction of Isaac McMahon. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now, let's meet our participants for tonight's event. First up, here are your Bobcat cheerleaders. Grace Volstead, Katie Marshall, Chloe Barber, Bailey Takrami, Olivia Hawks, Kate Struck, Layla Erickson, Lucy Simmonsman, Anya Kleitz, and the head coach is Hannah Simmonsman. Now, here's the starting offensive lineup for the Scoopers. At left tackle, number 67, Connor Schmidt. At left guard, number 65, Gunnar Sakella. At center, number 62, George Hammer. At right guard, number 72, Miles Voigt. At right tackle, number 77, Noah Schaefers. At tight end, number 14, Dylan DeShop. At wide receiver, number 6, Tegan Warmstead. At wide receiver, number 13, Jaden Blair. At wide receiver, number 5, Gage Lane. At running back, number 7, Seth Pye. And at quarterback, number 16, Carter Williams. Sturgis is coached by Dusty Hess, Coleman Johnson, Ward Anderson, Shane Whitby, Dan Graff, Tyler Lewis, Patrick Cass, Brian Jost, Justin Burnham, and the head coach is Chris Koletsky. And now, here are your Bobcat starters on defense. At linebacker, number 22, Jay Harris. At linebacker, number 46, Gabriel Stern. At linebacker, number 10, Bergen Tetzlaff. At linebacker, number 34, Phoenix Sather. At defensive back, number 1, Will Conrad. At defensive back, number 4, Charlie Bisgard. At defensive back number 15, Jones Huntemer. At defensive back number 3, Dougie Thomas. At number 7, defensive end number 7, Blake Canagater. At defensive tackle number 5, Josiah Thomas. And at defensive end number 86, Egan Jensen. The Bobcats are coached by Jim Van Blymen, Carter Gordon, Austin Koenig, Connor Landberg, Jacoby Anderson, Tyler Schneider, Darren Moore, Cole Ratterman. And head coach is Brady Clark. Your officials for tonight's contest are referee Kevin Kroll, line judge Al Hansen, umpire Darren Nelson, back judge Aaron Vanderberg, and head linesman Brad Coleman.
As our quarterback, the type of athlete that he was, and just competitor. It's hard to replace those kids. We have some skilled guys coming back that have experience in our offense. So we're hoping that pans out. A few linemen back. Probably a little bit more depth than we've had in a long time here. We got 4 guys that are going to start 2 ways. That's just something that we got some kids that we trust that we hope can step up and get the job done without having to play a ton of guys.
We're not on yet. Yep. I was hearing that.
And there's
okay.
a little bit of
Something's
preseason
on.
hype
Okay,
around
okay.
you guys too. How have you guys been able to handle that?
Well, I would just assume nobody votes for us, and we're just there and we show up. With that comes some expectations, and kids wise and coaches wise, it's just focus on the process each day. We need to focus on to get better, and so that's really what it's about. You just try to block those things out and focus on what it takes to get better each day of practice.
You guys didn't play last year, you and Brookings. What do you see when you look at this team?
Well, we see, we saw a team last year that was heavy in sophomores that was probably, safe to say in a rebuilding mode. And then you look at their roster this year and all those guys are back with game experience. So that's as scary as us as coaches and coming into the game, as we know those kids are hungry and bought in and they want to right the ship from what happened last year. And the message that Coach Clark has given them is going to be one that, we're getting better, because we've been there in those shoes before. And so we got to be ready to take on a team that's much improved, a lot of experience. And, those first games come down to 2 things. A lot of times it's execution, turnovers, and penalties.
And starting off the season with a long trip across the state, how does that play into your approach?
Well, our schedule changed. We don't have our Black Hills Conference out here. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that, but I don't look. The travel, 2,200 miles is ridiculous in a season, if you ask me. But it is what it is. We're trying to find ways to focus, mixing up some things going down there, trying to get down a little bit early, doing some things that we can maybe focus and be ready to get down the bus. Some teams got to come out here and do it to us, so it's fair both ways, but. As a coach, when you go across there, it is a challenge when you got to go that far, for sure.
All right, big keys for a win for you guys tonight.
Just execution, blocking, tackling that first game, penalties, which team can limit the penalties, and really the turnovers. I know it's coach speak, but a lot of times these first games, that's what it comes down to, execution, penalties, and turnovers.
Coach, I appreciate your time.
You bet. Thank you.
Sturgis head coach Chris Koletsky. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff. You're listening to Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Dougie Thomas, 34-yard return.
That ball up, like you said, excellent field position for the Bobcats on their opening drive here tonight in the home opener.
Temp of the game brought to you by Active Heating. 76 degrees, feels like 74. First snap of the game brought to you by Snap Fitness. Open 24 hours a day in Brookings is Snap Fitness. Gavin Anderson, the quarterback, in the gun. Back to pass, throws it out to his left, has his man. It's caught, and he's going to be ushered out of bounds on the far sideline. That is Alex Wainman. And he was taken out of bounds by number 14, Dalen DeShock. So a good gain on first down for the Bobcats. 2nd and 1 coming up. Introduction of the officials brought to you by Consumer Protection. Kevin Kroll, the head referee. The umpire, Darren Nelson. Head linesman, Brad Coleman. Al Hansen is the line judge. And the back judge is Aaron Vandenberg. So in the gun again, Anderson on 2nd and 1. And man in motion, Wainman coming from left to right. And they're going to pitch it out to the right. And they're going to get it to Will Conrad. He's got some room. Nice, patient running by Will Conrad. Got around the edge. He's across the 30, down to the 27-yard line. And that is going to be a nice gain. Pick up a first down. Going to be a gain of about 4 there. And the Bobcats have a fresh set. All set up by the opening kickoff return by Dougie Thomas into enemy territory. Got down to the 40 of Sturgis. Now they're down on the 20, about the 28-yard line. So the Bobcats break in the huddle with Gavin Anderson at quarterback this year. He's in the gun. He's got 2 wide to his left and H-back to his right, tailback to his left. There's the snap. Looks out into the flat. Finds his man. He's going to be hit hard. Catches it. Going to be taken down immediately. There for the catch was Levante Carter, first catch of the season, and he was taken down hard by big number 81, Jake Krogh. A little bit of a discrepancy on his number. He's both 81, and I've got him as 7 as well. So I guess he's going with 81 tonight. Have to make sure I try to keep an eye on that. But it is second, and they did pick up a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 26. Need to get to the 18 for a fresh set of downs. Same set for Brookings. Anderson in the gun. Conrad in motion. They pitch it out to the right. He's going to cut inside. He's going to jet forward. Taken down by a couple of tacklers. Got what he could. Picks up a couple down to the 24. 3rd and about 6 coming up. They had it sussed out pretty well. Nice job by Conrad to use his shiftiness and quickness to somehow grind out a couple of yards.
Yeah, and that's what Will Conrad's going to have to do a lot of this year. Like you said, he is by no means the biggest guy out on the field. You know, he comes in at 5'11", 155 pounds, but he's probably one of the fastest guys that'll always be on the field when the Bobcats are playing.
Tight set for the Bobcats here. 3rd and 6 coming up. And hand it off to Conrad right side. He makes a tackler miss and puts his foot in the ground and stumbles forward after a gain of about 7, needed 6, and another first down for the Bobcats. They keep the chains moving. Another great individual effort by Will Conrad there. He got turned upfield and just put his foot in the ground, jetted between a few would-be tacklers, and was able to get to the first down yard marker.
And again, sometimes it's not a bad thing to be that tiny. You can find those little gaps, and again, with his speed and his quickness, you're going to see a lot of that from Will Conrad. And again, huge 3rd down conversion there for the Bobcats on this opening drive.
Wide out for Brookings is Dougie Thomas. There's the snap, and it's a lob into the end zone high, and trying to get it to Alex Wainman, but it falls a little short and behind him. Pretty good coverage out there as well by Jackson Cano. So that one incomplete. Just kind of threw that one up and was waiting for his teammate to go make a play on it.
Again, you like to see the aggressiveness there too from the Bobcats on first down. Again, thinking back to last season, offense a little bit of a struggle. So again, you like to see plays like that. Not a bad call. 1st and 10. You still have 3 more downs here. If it is 4-down territory, I like the call.
Ezra Edom in the slot. Back to pass. Anderson flushed up into the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to try to bend it out. He gets a good crackback block from Edom, and he's out across the 10 inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line, hit hard out of bounds on the far sideline. But a nice individual effort by Gavin Anderson, flushed up in the pocket, bent it around the left edge, and got some good yardage. It's going to be a first down, I believe, so it'll be first and goal from the 7.
He was right there at the end. I couldn't tell if it was a gain of 9 or 10, but then the flag after the play as well.
And they have
Brookings seemed to be almost clapping when the flag was thrown, like it was in their favor, but I don't know.
Now they've got the... I was calling it a first down because they put the stick on the ground, but they're trying to bend it back to its original shape after it got hit over there on the far sideline. And I'm not sure if that flag is supposed to be out or not.
Almost had a broken leg from one of the Chain Gang guys over there, too. Almost didn't get out of the way in time.
Yep, they were running. Got to stay in shape. It's over there. It's a dangerous gig.
And I take that back. It was on Brookings.
Brookings, a 15-yard penalty. I didn't catch what it was.
Sportsmanlike conduct.
Okay. It must have been something after the run. So that hurts. Would have been second and short inside the 10-yard line at about the 7. Instead, now it's going to be second and long, and they moved the ball back to the 22-yard line. So second, well, they're saying second and 15 on the board, but they've got it marked as second and 10. And they've got the first down yard marker out. So I'm very confused.
Yes.
Should be first down, right, the penalty? But first and...
Unless it was a second and 1. No, because I'm confused as well.
First and 10, I believe what it was. Gavin Anderson designed quarterback sneak right up the gut there. He gets to about the 15, gets good yardage back. So it'll be second and about 3 coming up here after the gain of roughly 7. So second and about 3, and they've got third and 8 up on the board. First game of the year, folks.
We're working all the kinks out.
Working the bugs out, for sure. But it is second and 3. 2 wide to the near side, to the right of Gavin Anderson. Bobcats going left to right from our vantage point here in the press box at Dana J. Dykow Stadium. Pitch out to Will Conrad. He cuts it up, and he's hit, taken down, and rolled over a tackler across the 15 to the 14. Gain of about a yard. There on the tackle was number 54, Noah Schaefers. I'll apologize ahead of time about the names for Sturgis. They had several guys with different numbers, some guys that weren't on the roster from the lineup that I got from the coaching staff, so I patched it together best I could. Gavin Anderson is in the gun, 2 wide to the short side of the field to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to hand it off to Conrad. Good window, and he's got room. He's going to have the first down, plus about 3-4 more yards. To the 8-yard line, it'll be first and goal after that gain of about 6. Well, Bobcats moving the ball well here on their first drive, despite a 15-yard penalty, which could have been a momentum killer.
Yeah, excellent opening drive. Just the amount of time they've taken off the clock, too, but just the amount of first downs they've had. Again, Will Conrad, 5 rushes so far on this opening drive, 21 yards. We've seen some good passes from Anderson and Rush as well. So this was the opening drive that the Bobcats needed. Now if they can get some points to cap it off, that would be a great way to start this game.
Anderson going to hand off to Conrad again. Stutter step spin move around a defender. Now he balls into the line. He's going to keep churning toward the goal line. Did he get in? He got close. He's inside the 1-yard line. It's a gain of about 7 from the 8-yard line is where they started. He's inside the 1. And it'll be second and goal from inside the 1.
High school teams run the tush push.
Yeah, they might see it. I'd be surprised if they didn't give the ball to Conrad again here just to let him finish this off, just as a reward for how well he's played on this first drive. But Sturgis may be thinking that too, and they may use him as a decoy. We'll see. Anderson in the gun, 2 wide to his right, going to hand it off to Conrad. Lowers his shoulder over the goal line, and it's touchdown Bobcats. First drive of the season, nets points for Brookings. They lead 6-0. over Sturgis. The Sturgis team, by the way, which if you heard the pregame, you heard us talking a little bit about, they got votes to be in the top 5. They got about 5 votes to be in that top 5. So they're essentially the 6th ranked team in the state.
Yeah, and like you said, that's an incredible opening drive for the Bobcats. Like I was saying, you just think back to last fall, scoring was hard for the Bobcats, but again, every game they gave their effort. That's a huge opening statement, just showing the strides they've made in the offseason. Excellent start for the Bobcats.
All right. Kick is up and good for Drew Johnson. Gavin Anderson, the holder, and the long snapper. On the play was, I believe, Blake Canagater is the long snapper. Yes, he is. So that is the first drive, 7-0. Bobcats lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a kickoff back to Sturgis. You're listening to Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more reliability and versatility built in, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Visit your local Kubota dealer for a demo today.
Please visit Farmers Implement and Irrigation on the Highway 14 bypass in Brookings.
Bobcats' first drive of the season gets them 7 points. Will Conrad capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And the Bobcats lead 7-0 here early on. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction, one of our sponsors here for high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. And Drew Johnson going to tee it up on the 40. He'll be kicking it deep to Sturgis. And back deep for the Scoopers is number 44, Joel Irian, number 5, Jesse Lane, and number 13, Jaden Blair. Okay, Jesse Lane may not be number 5. It's one of those numbers. There's a few of those. Looks like Jesse Lane is number 1. 3 is Jackson Cano. Going to be taken at the 5 by number 13, Jaden Blair. He's going to bend it to the left. He's got room. Nice blocking. Out across the 30, out across the 40. Taken down from behind finally by Charlie Bisgard. May have been a touchdown saving tackle. So the second kick of the game and another long return. This one not quite into enemy territory, but out to the 47-yard line of Sturgis. They'll get good field position to start their first drive.
Both teams with showing off their special teams returns. Again, the opening kickoff return by Thomas, and then that one right there. So kickoff. Okay, penalty.
Holding, I think I saw.
Yes.
So that'll bring it back. That'll be a good break for the Bobcats. That flag was under the radar for us up here. It's landed about the 27-yard line, so that'll move it back to about the 18. About a 29-yard difference. That'll work for the Bobcats. They'll take it. So Carter Williams, the quarterback for Sturgis. You heard Coach Koletsky talking about their quarterback last year, and Aiden Hederman. Tremendous athlete. He'll have some big shoes to fill. Handoff right side. Good room for the tailback. Number 22, Sullivan Jost. Out to the 24. Gain of about 6 will bring up 2nd and 4. I think Sturgis is messing with me because I don't think he was supposed to even be the starter.
I was going to say, the guys that I had written down as well, I had 3 different guys. He was not one of the 3, so.
A high snap, going to get it is the quarterback Williams. He throws it out to his right, but skips it to his intended receiver, Tegan Wormstead. So it'll be 3rd and 4 coming up. Nice job by Williams not letting that go over his head, but then he didn't get set up and throw the ball correctly. Skips it to his receiver. So the Bobcats defense looking for a 3 and out after coming up with a score on their first offensive drive. And there's the snap. We've got a whistle, and jumping offside was Bergen Tetzloff trying to come off the edge. There's a linebacker blitzing there. Looks like he jumped offside. We'll await the official call. So they're going to give him. They're going to give him that first down. It was 3rd and 4, and Bergen Tetzlaff jumps offside, so they will not get a 3 and out, and that'll be a new set of downs for the Scoopers.
And like Coach Clark said too in your pregame interview, penalties are going to make a big impact on this game. That's one that those ones hurt a little more. 3rd and 4, you could have came out and got a opening drive stop after you score, and then the penalty by Bergen giving Sturgis an automatic first.
4 wide for Williams in the pistol. He hands it off to Jost out of the backfield. He's hit immediately, taken down by a wall of defenders. Bergen Tetzlaff was there. Blake Canagater was there, and several others as well. We've got an injured Bobcat. Looks like it's Josiah Thomas, the defensive tackle. He was on his stomach, now is rolled over to his back, and he is being looked at about the 30-yard line of Sturgis. Coach Clark coming up, see if he's all right as well. We've got a little stoppage in play. While we do, we will take a break. I want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall, one of our fine sponsors of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. They've got Josiah Thomas up off of the field, and they actually got up under his own power and jogged off. Looked like his right leg may have been a cramp situation, so stepping in there now is going to be Carson Lohr at the defensive tackle spot. Williams back to pass, throws it out, and Dougie Thomas there on the coverage. Looks like Wormstad came up with it, went down to the turf and picked it up off of the blades of turf there and catches it at the 35. So it'll bring up 3rd and about 4. Nice catch by Wormstad. Not sure how he hauled that in.
It looked like it was going to be a short throw, but he extended, went out and got it. Excellent catch. And again, another 3rd and 4 here. A stop would be huge for the Bobcats if they could come out after getting that penalty by Bergen Tetzlaff on the last 3rd down. But again, stop here would be huge to get the ball back with the 7-0 lead.
Carson Lohr in at D-tackle again, 6'3", 225-pound junior for Josiah Thomas. Williams back to pass, middle screen set up. We've got a flag flying. It will be a first down if the play stands, as they set up a nice middle screen to Dalen DeShock. Picked up about 6 or 7 yards. And we'll await the official call here. It came from the line judge. It looked like Al Hansen. And we're going to pick up the flag, I believe. So the play will... Oh, wait, hold on here. They picked up the flag, but they're putting them back at the previous spot before they picked up the first down. And the coaching staff of Sturgis is like, whoa, wait a minute. What happened? The play, we just ran a play for 7 yards. Does that not count? But they now do move the ball forward, rather. And it will be a first down. the reaction by the coaching staff over there. It's like, wait, what's going on here? That was a first down, I'm pretty sure. So a gain of about 7 there. And it moves the sticks. So 1st and 10, ball at the 42 of Sturgis for the Scoopers. 3 wide to the left of Williams. He's in the pistol. Hands it off to Jost, trying to get around the right edge, cut up. And he got it turned up on the outside, and then a filler came and tackled after a gain of about 1.5 yards. I think that was Tetzlaff on the tackle. I think it was Canagater who turned it in on the edge there. And his defensive end spot did his job, turned the play back inside, and allowed his linebacker to fill.
And yeah, Tetzlaff.
Might have been Gabriel Stern who came up with the tackle.
I need binoculars. That's what I need.
I've got them over here. I just didn't employ them that time. Williams throws to his right. Ball's tipped up in the air off his receiver's hands. It falls incomplete. Intended for number 13, Jaden Blair. And there on the coverage was Phoenix Sather, a linebacker. So 3rd and about 8 coming up here.
Another 3rd down. Brookings doing a good job of getting Sturgis to those 3rd downs, just not able to convert on one of them yet, forcing a 4th. So hopefully on this defensive stand right here, Brookings can get out of here in hopes of a punt.
I want to say thanks to Bose Construction. Williams in the pistol. A hard count doesn't work. Now he gets to the snap, rolls back, sets up, throws over the middle. Dangerous pass, tipped up, now intercepted, taken the other way by number 15, Jones Hunnemer. He bends to the near side and finally taken down out of bounds around the 30-yard line. I didn't see who originally got a hand on it. Tipped up. Tetzloff got a hand on it. Hunnemer comes up with the interception, and the Bobcats have the turnover, plus they're in business. They're at about the 30-yard line of the Sturgis Scoopers. Big play for Brookings, sets them up at the Sturgis 30-yard line, and momentum in their favor.
And again, Bergen Tetzloff, I mean, only a junior too, but just from all the playing time he had last year, going into this year, he's put on so much just muscle. He's a big dude out there. You can just see what he does there. Tip pass, the play before he was in on the tackle. He's a captain for a reason, and you'll see him do a lot of stuff offensively and defensively this year, but huge tip pass there by Bergen to lead to the interception for Jones Hunnemer.
So Gavin Anderson in the offense for Brookings back out there. And we are going to get a whistle and a timeout by the Brookings Bobcats. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We will take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after the timeout. You're again listening to Bobcats Football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
The official sports medicine provider for Brookings High School athletics. Their orthopedics help you move freely and live life to the fullest with innovative treatment options customized to your bone, muscle, and joint needs. Trust the leaders in orthopedic care to keep you moving forward. Visit avera.org/orthopedics to learn more.
Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Brookings ball after the turnover, the interception by Jones Hunnemer. They've got the ball 1st and 10 on the Sturgis 33. Bunch wide to the left of Gavin Anderson and Will Conrad next to him as he stands in the gun. There's the snap. Back to pass is Anderson. Goes down the near sideline, intended for Wainman. Wainman used his hands, backs up, catches the ball, backs across the goal line. It is a touchdown, Bobcats. From 30 yards out, a quick strike. They did not waste that momentum. They go to the air quick and come away with a big touchdown from high into the air, off of the arm of Gavin Anderson.
And they kind of ran that play earlier too when they went to Dougie Thomas. And again, it was a pretty good throw that first time. Again, excellent throw there from Gavin Anderson to Wainman. Excellent, like you had said, wasted no time at all with the momentum from the interception by Hunnemer to the 30-yard bomb to Wainman to put the Cats up 13-0.
Nice job of being patient, waiting for that ball to come to him, Wainman, and good body control, and used his body well against the defender. Kick for Johnson is up and good, and just like that, it is 14-rep Brookings Bobcats over the Sturgis Scoopers. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the kickoff from Brookings back to Sturgis. You are listening to Bobcats Football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Century 21 Program Company backs all Bobcat athletics and activities. Let our team of agents be the home team advantage for all your real estate needs. Find us at century21brookings.com and go Bobcats!
Their first drive down off of a good kick return to start things off by Dougie Thomas. Drove it in from about 40 yards out, and a 15-yard penalty mixed in there, and then it ended up with a Will Conrad plunge from 1 yard out. On the ensuing drive for Sturgis, they get a tipped-up interception by Jones Hunnemer, and then on the next play, they go 30 yards through the air high to Wayneman on the near front pylon in the end zone for 6. And it is 14-0 Bobcats. Here comes the kick from Drew Johnson. Short, rather low, end-over-end kick taken at the 6. And taking it out across the 20, 25, and taken down around the 30-yard line was Jaden Blair. Spotted shy of the 30-yard line. And about the 28, about a 22-yard return on the kick. So the Sturgis Scoopers try to get something going here, trailing 14-0 to the Brookings Bobcats early. 2:26 to go in this first quarter. A beautiful night for football. We had a 76 temp. The start of the game was our active heating temp of the game.
Flags don't even look like they're moving either.
Yeah, no
Gorgeous
wind
night.
really to speak of. Handoff right side, running back, looking to pick some yardage up off the back of his blockers, and he's hit and driven back after a gain of nothing. We'll get a flag coming in from the far sideline as well, as that was Peter P. The hold on the offense. The right tackle, Noah Schaefer's 6'7", 284 senior. Big boy, but held on that play.
That's a big dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get to be 6'7".
Still holding out hope.
There's a chance. And I don't also think I'll ever get to 284.
Those middle-aged growth spurts, they're rare.
I'm still young.
The throw out to the right from Williams to his receiver to about the 24-yard line. It is grabbed by Tegan Wormstadt. Gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 14. That was a gain of 6, excuse me. So the pistol set once again. Williams. 3 wide, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. Back to pass. He throws it out into the flat, has it to his man. He's got some room. Gonna zigzag his way across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. That was Peter Pye. Peter Pye. And that's
a good name.
It's like 3.14 pi, not P-I-E, P-I. So we've got a 3rd and long coming up here again. 3rd about 7. Coming up on a minute to play here in the first quarter. Bobcats leading 14-0 over the Sturgis Scoopers. 3 wide. 2 to the wide side of the field to the right of Williams in the pistol. And a roll to his right off the snap. Throw on the run. Has his man wide open at the stick. Turns upfield and taken out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And there's going to be a big gain. And an easy first down. That'll move the sticks for Sturgis. He was just wide open out there, Jaden Blair. Right at the first down yard marker and picks up several more. Gain of about 11 or 12 there. Ball at the 42. In the pistol, 3 wide to the left side. Quick pass out into the flat. He has Blair. Blair runs ahead. He's going to be taken down. And there on the tackle was Jay Harris after a gain of about 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up. Nice open field tackle by Harris. Doesn't get him. He's got plenty more room to roam. Wormstadt, the lone man, wide right to the wide side of the field. And they move the H-back from the left to the right side. That is Dalen DeShock. And they hand it off. Right side. And hit and going to fumble it, and there to pick it up is Brookings. With the hit was Bisgard, and there to pick up the fumble was Dougie Thomas. The runner was Peter Pye, and coming up with the big hit was Bisgard, knocked the ball loose, and coming up with the fumble recovery was Dougie Thomas. Another turnover for the Bobcats, 2 possessions offensively for Sturgis, and now 2 turnovers. And the Bobcats already lead 14-0, and they keep the momentum squarely in their favor.
It's not a bad way to end a quarter, causing a fumble, and again, Sturgis had a little bit of momentum going for them, and all of that just gone out the window after, like you had said, the big hit, fumble caused by Bisgard and picked up by the Bobcats going into the second quarter. Not a bad way to start it, up 14-0.
So we'll flip ends and start things in the second quarter when we come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bobcats Football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
As a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics.
Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill. Start of the second quarter. Bobcats now going right to left from our vantage point here in the press box at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. Gavin Anderson in the gun with Will Conrad to his right, 2 wide to his right, and an H-back left. Hands off. Conrad left, squeezes through a tiny door, shuffles across the 45 to the 44. Gain of about 4 will bring up 2nd and 6. I'm going to say it's a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 coming up. I want to say thanks to Kubota Farmers Implement, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 2 wide to the short side of the field to the left of Anderson on this play. H back to his right. And Conrad to his left is the tailback. They hand it off to Conrad again, right up the gut, and kind of dancing around, finds his way across the 40 to the 38, about a yard shy of the first down. We'll bring up 3rd and about a yard after a gain of 6. Conrad just showing his shiftiness tonight. Just finding little angles to take and little avenues to take when it looks like he doesn't have much happening.
Exactly, like you said, he's just so shifty, and the quickness and speed helps as well, because that play right there, he looked like he had maybe a yard or 2 before you know it, and he does a juke, picks up 6 to make it a 3rd and 1 for the Bobcats.
Same set for Brookings on this play, 3rd and 1. High snap over Anderson's head, chased down by Conrad. Going to try to run to the right side. He's going to be in trouble and hit, bounces off a tackle. He's going to finally be dragged down. If he'd gotten away there, he might have had some room. But he's taken down by the defender for Sturgis, and the defender who took him down is now hurt. And that looks like that is number 10 for Sturgis, Robert Sperling. He is laying on his back, writhing in pain. Looks like he's hurt one of his lower extremities. And we'll get the trainers out to look at him. He's laying on his back at about the 40. We'll take a quick break while they check him out as well. You're listening to Bobcats Football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
At Brookings Health System, every person...
Common to have those early in the season when the weather's still quite a bit warmer and you're not quite as used to the physical exertion just yet. He's coming off the field now. It's going to be 4th and long for Brookings. They'll have to bring on the punter, Drew Johnson, standing on his own 25 after the big loss there. Went from the 38 of Sturgis back to the 40 of Brookings. So the snap, holding on to it, now just running ahead, finally going to kick it, spiral kick, and it's going to bounce across the 30, hits a player. Did Brookings get on it? Yes, they did! It hit one of the Sturgis Scoopers, and coming out of there with it for the Bobcats is number 21, Owen Hoppy. Wow, Brookings just keeping the momentum in their favor.
An excellent heads-up play there, too, by Drew Johnson to kind of wait and wait. I mean, there was no pressure on him at all, allowing the Brookings defense to get all the way down there by the Sturgis return man. And a good punt by Drew Johnson, too. It took one, hard bounce off the ground and just looked like it hit the scooper almost right in the shin. Excellent job by the Bobcats to recover as well. All around a great punt, fumble recovery by the Bobcats to just set themselves up right now on the 20.
Beautiful. You just figure out a way to do that every 4th and long.
Easy.
That was a nice punt. And Bobcats coming away with a fumble recovery. Again, it was Owen Hoppy on the recovery. So the Bobcats offense back in business. Essentially punted the ball forward for a 60-yard gain. And a pitch to the right, Conrad going to be dragged around and breaks away from the tackle, but he's going to run out of bounds on the far sideline. There to take him down was Gunnar Sarkala, defensive end. There's going to be a loss. We got a penalty as well. So it'll be 1st and long. Place the ball back on the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 20. So the Bobcats will have to try to move the ball forward from there. 4 wide, 2 to either side for Anderson. He's got Will Conrad to his left in the backfield. Four down lineman for Sturgis. There's the snap. Anderson goes over the middle, and he's going to throw it to his receiver, and no flag. Should have definitely been one. Objectively, that was pass interference, and the referee just did not want to call it. For some reason, Carter was out there, and he got hit well before the ball was there.
Yeah, it looked like 2 seconds before the ball was even there. Almost just got hit right across the neck, fell down. Was, like you had said, kind of expecting to see the flag thrown, and the ref was right there to see it. But
if he got caught watching the ball or what happened, but he missed the call, that is for sure. It happens, but that was an obvious one. 4 wide again for Brookings. In the gun is Anderson. Throws it right side and has Wainman at the 25 rather. Wainman picks his way near the original line of scrimmage. They're going to spot him out of bounds. Just shy, or rather about 2 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage at the 22. So a gain of 8, 3rd and 12 coming up. Ball at the 22 on the right hash. Want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets, another fine sponsor of high school sports here. 4 wide again for Brookings. Anderson in the gun with Conrad to his right. Here's the snap. And he's going to be almost sacked. Got rid of it at the last second. It is incomplete. Is there to take him down was number 14, Dalen DeShock, who was right on him. Came untouched. And Gavin Anderson didn't have much of a chance to make anything happen on that play. So it'll be 4th and long. Probably in 4, not even probably, in 4 down territory or a field goal possibly. And it looks like they are going to try a field goal. Gavin Anderson, the holder. Blake Canigator, the long snapper. Drew Johnson, the kicker. It's going to be a 40-yard try from the center of the field with no wind. There's the snap. Good. Hold is good. The kick is good from 40 yards out. Beautiful field goal from Drew Johnson. Makes it 17-0 Brookings with 9:23 to play in this first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds for the kickoff back to Sturgis. When we return, this is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Brookings Radio is pleased to be the flagship station for Bobcat athletic contests. Tune in KM3 102.3 for live sports broadcasts throughout the 2024-25 school year. Hy-Vee Food Store is proud to be a fan of Brookings High School and support Bobcat athletics, students, fine arts programs, and student organizations.
Also, thank you guys back there. Doing a great job. We've got 9:23 to go here in the first half. Bobcats leading 17-0 over Sturgis. It seems like a lot has been going the Bobcats' way, and they've played pretty well. They've helped their luck a good amount. The wind has picked up a little as well. Deep kick. It's going to go over the heads of everybody. Bounces just across the goal line and through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Sturgis will have a 1st and 10. Want to say thanks to Bauer Services, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network as well. So Sturgis will have a 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. They'll place the ball on the left hash. And that's where they'll start on this drive. Haven't been able to get a ton going. Carter Williams in the offense for Sturgis. He's in the pistol, 4 wide, 3 to the near side, the wide side of the field, and 1 to the left of Carter Williams. He's going to hand it off to the right, and chased down and taken down from behind is the running back by Egan Jensen, number 86, off of the DN spot. And that was Jost with the carry, taken down before he could get around the edge. So 2nd and about 11 coming up here after a short loss. Jost again, the back, pistol set, 4 wide, 2 to either side of Williams. There's the snap, back to pass. Gonna try to set up a little screen to the left. It's caught, there to take him down. After he did, though, immediately was Bergen Tetzloff. Nice read by the linebacker. Tetzloff was right there as the pass was caught. So 3rd and 11 coming up.
And again, Brookings, an excellent job so far on their defense tonight, but another stop here would be huge with just how far back Sturgis is, and you're already up 17-0. Still got plenty of time left here in the second quarter, too, to tack on some more points before halftime.
4 wide for Williams in the pistol, 3 to his right, which is the wide side of the field. Here's the snap, rolling to his right. He set up and throw, nobody to throw to. Finally does throw on the run, and it's picked up by Bisgard. He's headed the other way. He's trying to get around the edge. He gets around the edge on the 20, cuts it in at the 15, avoids a tackle, taken down finally at the 10, and we've got flags coming in at the end of the play from behind. A couple of flags coming in, but the turnover will stand no matter what the penalty is. Bisgard stepped in front of that one, played it beautifully, and then runs it back to the 10. Bobcats, the momentum stays swung in their favor. Beautifully defensively played by Bisgard.
I mean, he had the fumble recovery at the end of the first quarter. He's got an interception here in the second quarter. He is just doing it all he can here on the defensive end.
He's saying, you know what? Well, Conrad's doing it on the offensive side. I want to fight him for that player of the game nod at the in the post game. Brought to you by Outlaw Graphics, by the way. We'll pick that at the end of the broadcast. They get a T-shirt from Outlaw Graphics. This was on the Bobcats. So we're going to move it back to the 25. Must have been a personal foul.
Blindside block or blocking? I think it was.
Didn't hear a call.
I thought I heard something like that. I could definitely be wrong, but.
Too wide to the near side, the wide side of the field. For Anderson, hands it off to Conrad. Conrad spins. He'll be taken down at the 21-yard line after a gain of about 4. We'll bring up 2nd and 6. Spawn just didn't have anywhere to go. He was too boxed in there, but still does pick up 4 yards. Well, Conrad continues his good offensive night. And the first touchdown of the night for Brookings. Second one was Alex Wainman on the 30-yard pass. Anderson in the gun. Hands it off to Conrad. Right side, using his blocks, and across the 15, down to about the 10. Another big gain, a gain of about 11 there. Just about scored it free for a score.
Just the speed that he has, like we've said all night, is huge for the Bobcats. Once he finds a little gap like he did right there, like you said, he was probably a step away or even a slight move away from taking that to the house. So again, you can see him come off the field for probably a quick drink break before he heads on back out there.
We may have to put an asterisk by his final yardage too. How much was that big loss?
I know. I had
20
that marked
some
down.
yards.
He lost 23 yards.
23, yeah.
Yep, on the
high snap that he had to chase down. Anderson hands it off right up the gut. That time it was to number 25, or was it 26? Mason Mathis. Yep. Yeah, it is because they don't have a 25. Mason Mathis with his first carry of the night. .5'11", 170-pound junior. Anderson jogging will play in. Want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We've got 5:50 to play and counting in the first half here. Bobcats leading 17-0 and threatening. 2nd and goal from just outside the 10. We're going to get a whistle from the near sideline and a timeout by the Brookings Bobcats. We will take it with them. We will be back in 30 seconds. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Visit any of our 4 Brookings locations. Please consider joining the Bobcat Backers. The Backers help provide financial support to the Bobcat athletic teams. They provide scholarships, help with state tournaments, support future Bobcat athletes, and assist in providing funds to help with facility upgrades and other athletic needs. You can visit the Bobcat Backers website at www.bobcatbackers.com.
It will be 2nd and goal from about the 11 for Brookings with 5:39 to go in the first half. Bobcats will have 1 timeout left after they take that one. Sturgis still has all 3 for this first half. 2 wide to the far side of the field, the short side for Brookings, and 1 wide to the left. Anderson in the pistol, brings a man in motion right to left, going to go jet sweep to Levante, and he tries to cut it up. They did a good job of cutting it in on the edge. He does pick up a couple of yards. 3 or 4 there. It'll be 3rd and goal from about the 7. say about a 3.5-yard gain. A 3rd and goal coming up, and in 4-down territory, possibly. Or they could kick another field goal. As Drew Johnson hit one from 40 already. Beautiful.
Hoping to see some of those from the Vikes this year.
40-yard field goals? Or just field goals that go through the uprights?
I'd say both. Ones that for sure go through the uprights, but even if they're kicking them from 40, I mean, I don't know if you saw the Gophers last night, but that was quite a way for Minnesota sports to start the football season.
Yeah. Lose on a missed field goal and then still blow off
the fireworks.
Yeah, that's a total Gophers move right there. We've got a penalty, like a false start.
Delay game.
Delay game.
Yep.
5 yards
Yep.
moving back. I saw them rolling the hand and making it. So we're going back to the 12, 3rd and goal from there. 3 bunch to the left, and the snap is mishandled by Anderson. He picks it up, and he's just going to have to take a sack at about the 16. So that puts you in probably a field goal scenario, as it's 4th and goal from back at about the 17-yard line, 16 or 17. I'm going to say thanks to Rickus Nelson, sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network as well. So they are going to set up for a field goal. Set there at about the 23, so about a 33-yard field goal. And the kick is up and no good. Missed it. So it's going to remain 17-0 for the Bobcats after the missed field goal. So Drew Johnson has made one from 40 and missed one from 33 now. On the night, 4:06 to go. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Sturgis will have the ball when we come back. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We gotta get some more people to record ads.
Consultation. Glacier Lakes Tree Service. Your certified local ISA arborist in the Brookings area since 2010.
Hand off left side for a minimal gain of about a yard for the Sullivan Jost. First play of the drive for the Sturgis Scoopers. Gets them to about the 21-yard line. 2nd and 9 coming up. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper, another fine sponsor of high school sports here. 4 wide, 2 to either side now. For Carter Williams in the pistol. Sullivan Jost behind him in the backfield. There's the snap. He's going to throw to his right, and a little alligator arm action by his receiver, and then he showed why, because Birkin Tetzlaff just laid him out. You knew what was going to happen. Coaches have said, well, you just got to go catch that anyways. You're going to get hit either way. Dalen DeShock did not want to put his fully extend his arm for that pass.
Nope, I think like you had said, he kind of knew what was going to happen had he caught the ball or not, but I think he was already thinking ahead of, this is going to hurt if I do catch it, and I think you could tell that kind of scared him there. And even though he didn't catch it, Birkin still kind of lit him up.
I'm not giving him a hard time, trust me, I get it. I'm just saying what coaches will say to you in that situation. You're going to get hit either way, you might as well catch it. Carter Williams flushed out, rolling to his right, Canagator trying to chase him down along with Gabriel Stern. And then coming up was Egan Jensen, who laid the hit on him as he tried to throw it. And it'll be incomplete. Several Bobcats defenders in tow there. Jensen motored up for the hit as Williams was trying to get rid of that. It's incomplete.
Another great defensive stop there by the Bobcats. 3:14 left. They're going to get the ball back here. Should be in decent field position too, depending on the punt and return from Conrad. And knowing that Sturgis will get the ball to start the second half, if Brookings can tack on 3 more points, if not 7, to build a lead up to 20, that would be an amazing opening half. And it looks like they are going to get good field position on that punt there as it's rolling backwards.
Carter Williams had to come off the side of his foot. It hit about the 40, rolls backward across the 35 to about the 32-yard line. Yikes. That's about an 11-yard net punt. Eesh. No good. Had good pressure on him as well, but I think he tried to get that off a little quicker than he would have normally. So the Bobcats, as you mentioned, in great field position. Ball on the 32 of Sturgis to start this drive. 3:04 to go, 17-0. Brookings leads. Want to say thanks to Brookings School District, being a sponsor of Brookings High School sports, appropriately as well. 4 wide, 2 to either side for Anderson. Conrad to his left. There's the snap. Anderson back to pass. Goes deep down the near sideline, intended for Dougie Thomas, but it's out in front of everybody. There on the coverage for Sturgis was Tegan Wormstead. Just laying it out there and trying to get Dougie to go make a play. He's made a couple tonight on defense mostly, but obviously the opening kick return, he returned deep in there across the 50 for Brookings and got him set up for that first opening drive score, and then had the fumble recovery at the end of the first quarter. Anderson in the gun. 4 wide, 2 to either side. The snap. Looks, going to be flushed out to his right, avoids a sack, rolling, throws on the run, and intended for Wainman, and it's incomplete. There on the coverage was Krogh. Jake Krogh. Just got in the way of the throw. And it was tough for Anderson. He needed to get a little bit of air under that, but he was rolling so hard to his right, he couldn't really be accurate with it.
Nice job avoiding the sack, too, by Anderson, like you said there. Had a little more oomph on his pass, but still the fact that he got away from that and not taking the sack, good play there by Gavin.
2:51 to go in this first half. 17-0 Brookings. 3rd and 10 for the Bobcats on the 32 of the Scoopers. Man in motion left to right. There's the snap. Gonna pitch it out to Conrad. He's gonna try to avoid a tackle. He just didn't really make up his mind which way he wanted to cut. Takes a hit, and he's driven back by several Scoopers defenders. Kelvin Kettleson was the first one there. So it's going to be 4th and about 11 after a loss of a yard. This is not a normal run for Will Conrad. He's usually decisive on which way he wants to cut. He sort of didn't make a decision and just sort of sat there until the defenders hit him. Looks like he's shaking up just a bit. I think he's going to be fine. More upset with himself than anything, I think. So 4th and 12. Johnson standing just on the Sturgis side of the 50, waiting for the snap. Here's the snap. He's going to wait. Now he gets rid of it. A low spiral kick, bounces at about the 14, across the 10, inside the 5, and downed at about the 1. Beautiful punt by Drew Johnson from the 34, and he downed it at about the 1.
Oh, he's going to put it at the 6.
Oh, so he must have hit one of the players as they were, before they downed it. So still a good punt, still at about the 6. So a 28-yard punt. And it pins them down inside their 10. So 1st and 10 from there. 1:54 to go here in the first half. Well, maybe at halftime talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame, the Brookings Hall of Fame inductees going in at halftime here tonight as well. We can name them and give a little background on each of them. Maybe even Alec Johnson knows 1 or 2 of them.
Oh, I think I do.
Some are before your time for sure, but that doesn't mean you can't know them. And it's a handoff left side. Running backs out across the 20 and out of bounds on the far sideline. We're going to spot it at about the 23, a gain of about 16 there for Brody Royer, number 23. .145 on the clock here. 1st and 10. And the 23 for Sturgis. Williams hands it off to Jost. Jost tucks it. Lowers his shoulder across the 25 to the 26. Gain of about 3 brings up 2nd and 7. We approach 90 seconds to play here in this first half. And we are at the post game. We'll, I believe, have head coach Brady Clark joining us for the post game. We'll recap and we'll pick a player of the game. Brought to you by Outlaw Graphics as well. Picked off, pass out to the left, to right side rather, by Charlie Bisgard again. And he takes this one back for the score. A pick 6 for Charlie Bisgard on his second interception of the game. And Brookings leads 23-0. Big plays abound in this first half for the Bobcats.
The defense has just been playing incredible here in the first half. The 2 interceptions, both from Bisgard. He has the fumble recovery, and right there, pick 6, like you said. Offense has been playing well, but the defense says we're going to play even better.
Bisgard's second interception of the game takes it back from about 30 yards out. Just didn't have anybody in front of him. Once he picked it off, it was clear sailing all the way to the end zone. Drew Johnson on to try to tack on the extra point and make it 24-0. Cannigator snap to Anderson is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good. 24-0 Brookings, 1:06 to play. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the kickoff back to Sturgis when we return. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Start this drive. One minute to play here in this first half. Sturgis looking to get something, anything going here. As no matter what's happened, it looks like something may turn around. The Bobcats just have been able to find a way to swing the momentum back in their favor all evening long. Head off to Joe's right side. He's going to cut around, tries to cut up, taken down. After a gain of about 3 at the 29-yard line. Several Bobcats there. Gabriel Stern was there. Who else was there? Looks like it was number 50, Andrew Hahn was there as well. So 2nd and 8, they're saying a gain of 2. Ball at the 28-yard line. And we're at 25 seconds and counting, and Sturgis in no hurry as they're just kind of letting the clock run out here, realizing, hey, we just got to get into halftime here and try to figure some things out. There's the snap. Handoff to Jost. He bounces it right side and hit, taken down across the 30 at the 32. Gabriel Stern there. And Egan Jensen as well. And that's going to be the final play of the first half. The Bobcats looking good here early on in this one. 24-0 they lead, and they are jacked heading into the locker room as they lead 24-0 over the Sturgis Scoopers. And the excited energy by the Bobcats is mirrored by the opposite end of the spectrum emotionally as Sturgis walks off with their heads down a little bit as they head into the locker room. Trailing 24-0 Brookings leads here at halftime. We will take a 4-minute break. We'll gather up some unofficial stats. We'll hear those from Alec Johnson in just a few minutes. We'll talk about the first half a little bit, and we'll talk about the class of 2024 Brookings Bobcats Hall of Fame being inducted tonight. We'll give you some names and a little background on each of the inductees here during our halftime as well. We'll be back in 4 minutes. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Please direct your attention to the field, where Brookings High School Director of Student Activities, Jeff Moore, and Hall of Fame coordinator, Steve Bursa, will induct the 2024 members of the Brookings High School Sports Hall of Fame. The class of 2024 includes Byron Luke, class of 1952. Byron Luke was a key member of the 1952 football team and also chosen homecoming board. As a junior, Luke led the Bobcats in scoring and made the free throw that beat the rival Watertown Arrows and enabled the Bobcats to share the 1951 Eastern South Dakota Athletic Conference basketball title. BHS finished in third place at the 1951 State A basketball tournament, and Byron was named to the All-Tournament team. In 1952, Luke was team captain as well as a member of the All-State team and led the Cats to a 21-1 record in both the ESD Conference and State A basketball championships. Byron also placed first in the high jump at the Corn Palace Relays, Howardwood Relays, and regional meets, and finished third at state meet to help the Bobcats to the 1951 State Track and Field Co-Championship. Luke was also elected Monroe Club President. Greg Luke is accepted on behalf of his family. Lisa Dunlap, class of 1978. Lisa Dunlap earned the White Medal Award as a result of extensive participation in sports and activities. Lisa's teammates chose her as most inspirational track and field athlete. Dunlap tied the ESD record at 100 yards at 11.4 seconds, also a BHS record, and broke the BHS 220-yard record 26.5 seconds in converted meters. She was also a key member of the relay team that set BHS records at 440 yards at 51.1 seconds and 880 yards at 1 minute 46.5 seconds, but still ranked among the best BHS times in converted meters. Lisa also served as the captain of the gymnastics team and was a key member of the squad that won the 1976 ESD title while she qualified for the state meet in 3 events: floor, exercise, vault, and running in bars. Dunlap was also a basketball player, sideline cheerleader, choir president, twice selected All-State choir, member of the Spanish Club, and chosen as homecoming winner. Chris Wagner, class of 2003. Chris was a 3-year football starter as a tight end and defensive end, where the Bobcats won 25 games. Chris earned 2 All-PSB Conference and All-State football honors. Wagner was noted for his receiving, blocking, and tackling abilities. As a senior, Chris had 27 receptions and 17.2-yard average per game, with 2 touchdowns and 34 solo tackles. As a junior, the Bobcats had a 9-4 record and were ESD champions and state runners-up. As a sophomore, BHS won the state 11A AA football championship. Wagner earned 3 basketball letters as well as team most valuable player, All-SD conference, and All-State honors for his scoring of 14.2 points per game, rebounding, and defense. Chris also led on relay teams, including the 4x200 relay team.
Back here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network, halftime score 20.
That was BHS number 3 all-time. Wagner was honored as the BHS Outstanding Young Athlete. Sheena Theobald, class of 1999. Sheena earned 11 varsity medals. She contributed 838 points and 427 rebounds during 4 basketball seasons, receiving all ESD honors twice and recognition as a South Dakota Basketball Coaches All-Star. Sheena was also a 4-time selection to the All-Brookings Registered Basketball Team while helping the Bobcats qualify for the 1997 and 1998 state basketball tournaments. Theobald received 3 volleyball letters and accumulated 629 kills and 351 blocks, as well as all ESD honors as a junior and senior, and all tournament and all-state recognition as a senior. Sheena set the BHS record with 23 kills in a 5-game match. She also threw the weights and qualified for state track and field meet and pole vault. Theobald was an academic all-state athlete and a member of the National Honor Society, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Kids for Kids. Lynn Frederick, 1983 to 2018. Lynn was a graduate of Dakota Wesleyan University. Frederick was head boys basketball coach from 1983 to 2001. His 200 victories were a BHS record, including 2 ESD titles and the 1987 AA State Championship. Lynn's team qualified for 8 state tournaments, also finishing 2nd in 1996, 3rd in 1994 and 1988, and 5th in 1998. Frederick also coached the Bobcat girls from 1990 to 1998 and 2005 to 2018, winning 2 ESD titles and qualifying for 5 state tournaments, including 2nd in 2005 and 3rd in 2006. In 20 boys and 20 girls seasons in South Dakota schools, Lynn's team won 507 varsity games. Frederick also served as executive secretary of the South Dakota Basketball Coaches Association. Coach was honored with the ESD Award of Merit, SDHSAA Distinguished Service Award, and inducted in the South Dakota Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. Coach's 1987 AA State Boys Basketball Championship team is also being recognized this evening as the 2024 Bobcats Team of Honor. Present this evening are Jeff Boer, Jim Boer, Jeff Holm, Pete Lieferman, Will Ellebrook, Brian Dobbs, Nat Curtin, Brett Steen, Jeff Spear, Greg Andres, and Amir Andrawitz, as well as student managers Susie Stark, Mary, and Jason Steinberg. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's have a big hand for the class of 2024 Bobcat Hall of Fame inductees: Byron Luke, Lisa Dunlap, Chris Wagner, Shane Theobald, and Lynn Frederick.
The Bobcats to the 1951 State Track and Field Co-Championship. Luke was also elected Monogram Club President. Were you in that club, Alec?
I was not.
Okay.
No.
Lisa Dunlap, class of 1978, earned the White Letter Award as a result of extensive participation in sports and activities. Of Dakota Unit Frederick was a head boys basketball coach from 83 to 2001, 200 victories, a BHS record, including 2 ESD titles, the 1987 AA State Championship. Lynn's teams qualified for 8 state tournaments, finishing second in 1986, third in 84 and 88, and fifth in 98. Frederick also coached the Bobcat girls from 1990 to 1998 and 05 to 18, winning 2 ESD titles and qualifying for 5 state tournaments, including second in 2005 and third in 2006. In 20 boys and 20 girls seasons in South Dakota schools, Lynn's teams won 507 varsity games. Frederick also served as the executive secretary of the South Dakota Basketball Coaches Association. Coach was honored with the ESD Award of Merit, SDH SAA Distinguished Service Award, and induction to the South Dakota Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. So that's your Hall of Fame inductees for 2024.
Some great inductees.
Absolutely, and everybody knows Lynn Frederick.
Everybody. Been lucky enough to play basketball with him over the past, I don't know how many years, and to this day, never misses a shot. You give him anything from 10 to 15 feet, that left elbow, money.
Terrible trash talker, too.
Oh, he'll let you know, too, yeah. You miss a shot, he is not afraid to let you know you missed it.
We will take one more 60-second break. We'll be back with the kickoff of the second half, and this one, the Bobcats leading 24-0 over Sturgis. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
At Brookings.
Carried by Yost, tackled by Johnson. Eight-yard gain, second and 2 for the Sturgis. Yost on the carry. Tackled by Jensen. Loss on the play of 2.
There's nothing doing on that play. Nowhere to bounce either. They had him funneled in pretty well. Bose Construction, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Anderson back in the gun. And an H-back to his left. Conrad to his right, 2 wide to the right side of the field. H-back is Jay Harris. There's the snap. Hand off to Conrad again, and he's got some room, and he's going to lower his shoulder. Excuse me, that's not Conrad. Needed 9, got 10. And again, that was Mason Mathis with a hard run up the middle. Picks up 10 yards. So a little change of pace there for the Bobcats from the backfield. Pays off, and Mathis picks up the yardage they needed on 3rd and long.
And that's always nice, too, when you're able to have guys like Mathis, Jay Harris, guys that can come in on those big 3rd downs, not afraid to lower their shoulders. And again, not that Will Conrad's afraid either, but just some bigger bodies, like we saw Mathis right there, who put his shoulder down in a huge gain to get Brookings the 1st down.
Carter in the slot to the right, Wayneman out wide, handoff. And that is to Mathis again, who didn't go down. Looked like he went down. He was on top of a player. and gets back up alertly and picks up about 5 yards. Good hard run for Mason Mathis. It looked like he was taken down, but he came down on top of a defender and just gets up off of him and alertly picks up 5 yards.
Huge heads-up play there by Mathis, and again, he was the one that knew he wasn't down as he was laying across the defender. So nice job by him to pop back up and turning what would have been maybe a yard gain into a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to give him 6, 2nd and 4 coming up. He limps off and is being checked out a little bit. It looks like he's going to be all right. So Conrad back in there in the backfield to the right of Anderson. H-back right is Harris. In the slot is Carter, and Wayman out wide. Conrad bouncing it out right side. Slips through an arm tackle. He's going to be across the 45, out to about the 47. That'll be another first down. Needed 4 and got about 6. So that moves the sticks for the Bobcats. That 3rd and long run by Mason Mathis kept the drive alive, and now they've got another fresh set here. They just keep running the ball and running the time. 5.5 to go, 5:31 to go here in this 3rd quarter.
Exactly. When you're up 24-0, you're in no need to throw the ball, so expect to just see Conrad and Mathis keep getting the carries, especially if it's going to keep resulting in first downs. Like you said, 5:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Brookings doing an excellent job of running down that clock.
Pitch it out to the right for Conrad. He's taken down for a loss. In the backfield for the Scoopers, number 34, Calvin Kettleson with the tackle. Loss of about 5 on the play, 2nd and 15 coming up. Kind of an oddly timed play. It was a snap and then wheeling all the way around, spinning left, and then pitching it out to his right was Anderson. By the time he got it to Conrad, Kettleson was there to make the tackle. Inside 5 to play here. 2nd and 15 for Brookings. Ball on their own 42. Got to get to the 43 of Sturgis for a first down. Hand off to Conrad, and he's hit immediately again. Falls forward for maybe a little bit of a gain. Looks like it'll be no gain. Thomas on the carry, excuse me. And there for the tackle. Robert Sperling. And let me see the other number there. Is that Krogh? I think it was Krogh. But, Josiah Thomas, by the way, on the carry in the backfield. His first touch of the night. 5'9", 180-pound senior. Has played some tailback in high school. Fakes the pitch up front and passes it to Tetzloff over the middle. The tight end is going to take it and be taken down at about the 46-yard line of Sturgis. About 3 yards short of a first down. First catch of the night for Bergen Tetzloff. Wondering when they were going to try to go his way. One of those guys can be kind of unsung, but he can sort of do everything.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, of the night, but again, just his presence out there offensively, and then what he's done on the defensive side as well.
Conrad back in there. Here's the snap. Hand off to Will Conrad, and he's going to be tackled for no gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs on 4th and 3. So Sturgis will get the ball, 1st and 10, on their own 46 with good field position on the 4th down stop. The Bobcats just trying to keep the sticks moving. They'd done a pretty good job of it up until that point, but the Sturgis defense stiffens on 4th down.
Mm-hmm. And again, you think Brookings picks up that first down, there's a good chance they can run out the last 3 minutes of this 3rd quarter. So not a bad call at all there by the Bobcats offense to go for it. Like you said, the way Conrad has been running the ball tonight, you'd think 3 yards wouldn't have been too hard to pick up.
There's a counter handoff to Jost, who is hit and maybe fell forward for a yard. 2nd and long coming up. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System, fine sponsor of high school sports here. And are they going to give him a gain of a yard? Looks like they will. 2nd and 9 coming up. We've got a Brookings Bobcats injury It looks like it might be a cramp situation as Blake Cannigator is stretching out. I believe that's Egan Jensen laying on his back on the 45. Getting a little stretch from his teammate Blake Cannigator. Looks like his right leg. We've got a trainer out there checking him out. We're just going to work out that, looks like a calf, or it looks like a cramp. I'm not sure if it's his calf or his hamstring. Looks like just going to work it out. We'll keep it right here. We've got 2:47 to go here in this third quarter. Still 24-0. Bobcats, no score yet in the second half by either team. Well, they get Egan Jensen up. He's going to limp off, and those cramps are pesky. No fun.
I don't know if I've ever worked hard enough to get a cramp. I think my effort, whether it's on the court or really wherever, I just don't think I've ever put in enough effort to really feel what a cramp is like.
Can't even empathize with him on it.
No, but like I said, and that's all on me for not trying. And I'm not saying I'm going to try doing anything to feel that sort of pain. So
yeah, if you've gotten this far without it, why start now? 2nd and 9. There's the snap, handoff, and it's on the turf as the mishandled the exchange, as it looked like he was trying to hand it off was Williams to number 12 Peter Pye, but Pye looked like he was not expecting to take the handoff and ran ahead to block, and the ball falls to the turf, and the Bobcats are back on it. I didn't see who fell on it. But the Bobcats get the turnover once again, their second fumble recovery of the night. 2 fumble recoveries and 2 interceptions. Unless I'm missing one in there, a turnover, but I think that's all the turnovers. But it's 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. 1st and 10 on the Sturgis 42. Good field position. Wayman out wide left. In the slot is Levante Carter. H-back is Harris. Tailback next to Anderson in the gun is Conrad. And off to Conrad. Picks his way across the 40, lowers his shoulder to the 39. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 upcoming. And we are approaching 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Been a pretty uneventful third quarter after a wild first half, at least for the Bobcats. Scoring 24 points in that first half. Almost 27. They narrowly missed a field goal from 33 yards in the second quarter by Drew Johnson. He made a 40-yarder earlier in the game. 24-0 is where we sit. 2nd and 7 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Anderson, hands it off to Conrad, cuts inside a block, and now taken down by a couple of tacklers after another gain of about 2. 3rd and 5 upcoming. 3rd and 5 or 6, depending on where they put it here. 3rd and 6.
3rd and 30.
Yeah, on the scoreboard, 3rd and 30. I don't think that's right. I've been known to be wrong, but
I think, there you go.
3rd and 6. Now they've corrected it. I think we've got some new people in the booth over there tonight, so they're learning some things as well. Coming up on a minute to play in the third quarter here. Carter Williams in the shotgun, 4 wide, 2 to either side. Excuse me, that's Gavin Anderson. And there's the snap. Passes it out right, gets it to Wayman at the 33. He's hit and struggles, and they're going to give him forward progress just shy of the first down by about a yard. It'll bring up 4th and about 1 at the 33. I'm guessing the Bobcats are going to go for it. Unless they want to kick a 50-yard field goal try by Drew Johnson, I'm guessing they'll go for it. I want to say thanks to Kubota, Farmers Implement. And they're going to give him the first down. Somehow he gave him forward progress to the first down. All right. That was a Sturgis coach. I might have something to say about that, but they gave it to him. Clock at 5 seconds. Bobcats get the snap off and avoiding one tackler, but can't avoid the second wave. Anderson taken down. He'll be sacked. And that was big number 73, Aaron Morovitz. So it'll be 2nd and long when we start the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd and about 18 when we start the 4th quarter. When we come back in 60 seconds, Bobcats leading 24-0 over Sturgis. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. It is 2nd and 18. And they're going to go jet sweep to Carter. He's got room. He's across the 40, the 30, the 25, the 20. Cuts in, takes a hard hit inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. A 27-yard gain for Levante Carter. On a jet sweep right to left and showed some speed.
Yeah, and they ran that play earlier too. I think it was in the 2nd quarter. Same play with Carter. Only had 3 yards off of it, so we made a little adjustment this time. Nice blocking as well by that offensive line for Carter to pick up 27 and get Brookings well down into scoring position.
3 wide for Anderson in the gun. 2 to the left of him, to his left rather, the short side of the field. The 1 to his right, that's Wayneman. Carter and Dougie on the left side. Carter in the slot. He's in motion now left to right. They fake the jet sweep. Go over the middle to Dougie. A little bit behind him. He reaches back for a nice grab. Taken down at the 6-yard line. That's a gain of about 11 in there, and it'll be a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal for the Bobcats. From about they're going to put it right on the 5, so that's a gain of 12. Nice catch by Dougie. It was just a touch behind him, but he made the catch smoothly. There's the Bobcats knocking on the door. We've got 70 degrees, feels like 68 in Brookings. Beautiful night for football. Since the start, it has been nice. Anderson brings a man in motion. Takes the jet sweep, rolls out to his right now. Anderson does, and throws it out of the back of the end zone as he was just all out of sorts on that play from the very beginning on the snap. Stumbling, and now he's laying on his back. And maybe why he was having trouble moving on that play. Maybe injured. He's laying at about the 14-yard line on his back. Waiting for the trainer to come out and check him out. You hope it's just a cramp again. We've had several of those. It looks like it is on his right leg. They're just working that, pushing the toe back, holding the heel. His leg straight up in the air. Oh, we've got both of them. Does he have a cramp in both legs at the same time?
Like I said,
that makes it difficult to run.
Never had one in my life.
Yikes!
But if you had 2 at the same time, that just can't feel good.
Amazing that he had to get enough on that ball to get it out of the back of the end zone with no calves to throw off of. While they're checking him out, we'll take a quick break. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Is now the time to pick up that new Polaris Ranger, ATV, Razor, or even a snowmobile? With excellent programs and incentives going on, now is a great time to buy. So come check out the new Polaris Expedition and Ranger 1500 XTs. They are now in stock. From our families to yours, Guys and I at Brookings Power Sports want to thank you for your business. Check us out at bpssport.com.
24-0 Bobcats, 10:39 to play in the ball game here. Brookings is threatening, second and goal from the 5. And in at quarterback now comes Jones Hunnemer, the starting quarterback from last year. He's going to hand it off to Conrad. Conrad dancing in the backfield, makes a man miss, and he's going to stride into the end zone for the easy touchdown after making 2 would-be tacklers look silly. 30-0 Brookings. 10:35 to go here in the ball game. What a beautiful run for Will Conrad.
And again, just thinking back to all his runs tonight, and like you said, he's very shifty, and we saw that right there. 2 excellent moves to get past the defenders to stroll in for that 5-yard touchdown, his second of the night, and like you had mentioned, a 30-point lead for the Bobcats.
Drew Johnson on to try to tack on another point to make it 31-0. And he will. The extra point is good. 31-0. Bobcats lead over Sturgis. 10:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with the kickoff coming up next. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Thank you, Central Bank of Brookings.
$31-0. Brookings leading over Sturgis here. 10:35 to go in the ball game. Brookings set to kick it back to Sturgis here. Want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Drew Johnson has the ball teed up on the 40. And he'll be kicking to 3 deep backs for Sturgis. A short kick. It's going to be fair caught at about the 29 by one of the upbacks. Number 62, George Hamer with the catch. Center. So he's used to the ball. He wasn't scared or anything. With the ball's at the 30, that'll be where the Scoopers start this drive. 1st and 10 from their own 30. And they trail 31-0. At this point, you just try to do something, make the rest of the game look respectable. Come up with some points on the board. Carter Williams and the pistol, Jost behind him. 3 wide, 2 to his right. Back to pass. Goes out, has his man at the 32, immediately tackled. Out there to make the tackle. Number 29, Cole Hockett, 6 foot, 150-pound senior defensive back. After a gain of about, we're going to give him 3 on the play. That's a pretty good spot. If you're Sturgis, you're pretty happy with that. 2nd and 7 coming up. Brody Royer, by the way, was the receiver who made the catch. 4 wide for Williams. Back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket, in trouble, throws against his body to the left, has his man. Dougie Thomas ushers him out of bounds after maybe a loss of a yard. The catch was made by Jaden Blair. Nice job by Dougie Thomas to be right there. Not give him any room to run. So 3rd and 8 coming up. We got an offensive hold here, so they'll march that off, and it'll be 2nd and long. I'm assuming anyway. Why you wouldn't accept that penalty? Yeah, second and long coming up. They'll move them back to about the 20. Let's see where they putting the ball here. I don't see the ball just yet.
I think it's at the 22.
Oh, there it is. It's hidden by some of the linemen at the 22-yard line. There we go.
Big guys.
Yeah. He's like, where's the ball? It's Andrew Hahn in my way. 6 foot, 215-pounder. You can block out the ball. So, second and 18 coming up here. There's the snap. Williams throws it over the middle to Jost, who can't handle it. Bit of an errant throw. He probably should have come up with it anyway, and he's upset with himself for missing it. When it's incomplete, it'll be third and long coming up here. 9:22 to go here. 31-0. Brookings with the big lead over Sturgis. Just think about this trip that the Scoopers had to make across state. And it's 31-0 in the fourth quarter. That's a long bus ride home.
It is, and like their coach, said too, Koletsky, before the game, they've got to travel 2,200 miles this fall for football. I mean, like you said, for a high school team, that is a lot.
Didn't seem to be a fan of it.
Nope, didn't sound like it.
Going to his left is Williams, and finally taken out of bounds for the sack. Josiah Thomas there. He'll get the sack as he knocked him out of bounds. I don't know why Williams didn't just throw that away, but he just decided to hold on to the ball. It's going to be fourth and real long. Ball's on about the 19-yard line. Loss of 3. It's going to be fourth and about 21. So Williams will back up from his normal quarterback pistol set and be the punter on this play. Conrad standing on his own 49, awaiting the punt. Williams on his own 7. It's a spiral kick. Fair caught by Conrad at the 47-yard line of Brookings. That's where they'll set up shop on this drive with 8:51 to go here in the fourth quarter and leading 31-0. Want to say thanks to Bauer Services, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. And it's just been a good night for the Bobcats. They've done a lot of positive things, and they just keep being resilient anytime it looks like, and it hasn't happened much in the second half really at all, but anytime during the game it looked like Sturgis might get something going, Brookings squashed it and comes up with a turnover or some big play for a stop.
Exactly, like you said, it was some big play, whether it was a sack, just like on that last drive by Thomas, or the interceptions from Bisgard. Just anything that they've been doing to squash the momentum from Sturgis has been huge. And then they've capitalized on the offensive end, maybe not so much this half, but again, the touchdown up 31-0, but still when you're up 31-0, maybe your sense of urgency wasn't like it was in the first half. Here you're just looking to run out the clock to get this game over and secure the win.
Jones Hunnemer in at quarterback, and he hands it off to Mathis. Mason Mathis loses a few yards on the carry as he was hit. The defender on him as soon as he got the handoff. Loss of about 4. 2nd and 14 coming up. Jones Hunnemer, starting quarterback last year. And the defensive back, he had one of the turnovers here early in this game. He had the pickoff. The first one, I believe, the first turnover. And now he's out there. Spelling Gavin Anderson, who had a couple of cramps, I think on the same play, one in each calf. Hand off to Mathis. He's hit early, struggles forward, may have gotten back to the original, or not the original, but the line of scrimmage, as it was 2nd and about 14. We've got a flag coming in from the far sideline. It looks like a face mask call, the preliminary call. Face mask on the defense, so that's going to bail the Bobcats out here on a 3rd and long situation.
Nice job there, too, by Jones Hunnemer to catch the snap. High snap. Seen a couple of those tonight, but nice job by him to catch the snap and then also hand it off to Mathis in time to gain some yards before it was the penalty on the face mask.
Instead of 3rd and about 14, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Snap to Hunnemer, high, he goes and gets it. Pass to the right side is errant and incomplete. Intended for Jackson Bastenmeyer, sophomore, wide receiver, 5'8", 150 pounds. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up. Ball on the 47 of Brookings. 7:40 to go. Bastenmeyer out wide to the right side. H-back left and a running back to Hunnemer's right as he's in the shotgun. Another high snap. He goes and gets it. Goes out in the flat, has his man. Runs across the 50, taken down at the 49 by a host of Sturgis defenders. There on the catch was Ezra Edom. Third and about 7 coming up here. I'm going to call it 6. 3rd and 6. And the 49, they need to get to the 43. Looks like Bobcats offense is still out there. And it is. Hunnemer in the gun. With the snap, looks out to his left, and it's an errant pass intended again for Bastenmeyer. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Sturgis will have good field position. It'll be 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance, fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Alongside Alec Johnson at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium, I'm Barry Hine in the press box, bringing this to you. Thanks to Drew Schnabel and Jeff Hine back in the Brookings Radio Sports Network studio for doing a great job back there. We'll have a post game for you. Coach Brady Clark will join us, talk about the game, give some unofficial stats, and pick an Outlaw Graphics player of the game before closing up shop here. It's a handoff, right side, across the 50, lowering his shoulder down to the 46-yard line is the running back, number 15, Gage West. Great name.
Yeah.
Great outlaw cowboy name for a movie. I'm Gage West. 2nd and 5 coming up here after the gain of 5. Ball on the 46 of Brookings. Williams in the pistol. Handing it off to West. And he's going to be dragged down. And dragged from behind and held up anyway. And then a host of defenders come on up and help. As grabbing the back of the jersey and holding him up was Andrew Hahn for Brookings. And he had several of his defensive cohorts coming up and help to make the tackle. No, that wasn't Hahn. Hold on, that was 60, not 50. It looks like that was Brady Caraway. Excuse me. Sorry, Brady. So 4 wide, 2 to either side. Snap. Williams back to pass. Throws it. Has his man at midfield. Turns it upfield. Gets to the 45 and hit hard. Taken down by both number 36, Stefan Anowski, and number 8, Donovan Davis. That brings up 4th and 4. Looks like the Scoopers will be content to punt it away here.
I think they're thinking of that ride home. They just want that clock to...
I think you're right.
Tick, tick, tick.
Here comes the kick from Williams. High, spiral kick. And letting it go. Pass was going to bounce at the 4 and take a nice bounce back toward the 10 at about the 6-yard line, 7-yard line. About a 38-yard punt. Williams and the Bobcats will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 7-yard line. Back for the return was Donovan Davis. I want to say thanks to Rickus Nelson, another fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We've got 4:38 to play. Bobcats just looking to run the clock out here, leading 31-0. over Sturgis. Again, Sturgis had the preseason hype with votes to be in the top 5. Just outside the top 5 in the preseason rankings. Guessing that will change after tonight. We'll see what happens with the Bobcats. A big win to open the season here for Brookings. 2 wide to the right. There's the snap. Hunnemer hands it off. And his running back grinds out maybe a yard. Gus Armento.
Tackled by Iverson.
Picked up a yard, 2nd and 9 coming up. We're inside 4:20 to play here. Gus Armenta, by the way, is 5'10", 140-pound junior running back. 6 foot, 70-pound junior, excuse me. Got on the wrong line there. And pass out left side, and a nice grab. And falling forward for a few more yards, number 29, Cole Hockett. 6 foot, 150-pound senior. It's out to about the 13-yard line. Gain of about 5, 3rd and 4 coming up here. Need to get to the 17 for a first down. Ball's on the 13. We're inside 3.5 to go here. Want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper, fine sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Snap to Hunnemer. Step up into the pocket, throws on the run, has it to Gabriel Stern, who lowers his shoulder across the 25, out to about the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 14 yards and move the sticks. Gabriel Stern also plays quarterback. He's out there playing receiver right now. And a nice grab. Ball on the 27. Hunnemer looking back at the play clock, trying to run as much off as he can here. Hike it at 5, and we'll get a flag and a whistle from across the field. Looks like it's going to be a false start penalty. Sounds like that was on Cole Hockett. So it'll be 1st and 15 coming up here. 2:38 to go. Want to say thanks to the Brookings School District for being a sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Clock running, we're inside 2.5 now. Bobcats leading 31-0. Snap to Hunnemer. It's through his hands. It bounces up in the air, and he waits for it to come back down and just falls down on the turf. A loss of about another 6.
That's probably been one of the things, if you Coach Clark and them, if they're going to go back and watch film, a lot of high snaps. But again, quarterbacks, both Gavin Anderson and Jones Hunnemer, done a good job of not allowing Sturgis to capitalize on those snaps. So, I mean, like we saw right there, good job by Jones to catch that and just fall down right on it. No need to try and make a hero play kind of out of that. Again, 31-0 right now. You're just trying to end this game. So heads up play there by Jones to just secure it, go straight to the ground, let the clock keep running.
Fake handoff. Hunnemer has a beautiful pass to his receiver, and he's out to about the 30-yard line. There on the catch was number 18, Jackson Bastenmeyer. Nice throw, nice catch, right in stride. Nice gain there. And brings up 3rd down quite a bit more manageable than 21 to go. About 6, 3rd and about 6. Minute 10 to play. And we'll have your post game for you coming up. We'll talk about the game. We'll give some unofficial stats. We'll talk with Coach Clark and pick an Outlaw Graphics Player of the Game. We'll get a t-shirt from Outlaw Graphics for being Player of the Game. 4 wide. Now we're going to get a quick timeout for Hunnemer as the play clock was getting low. Timeout for the Bobcats. 47 seconds to play. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout with them. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. We've got 47 seconds to play here. Bobcats with the ball in the lead, 31-0. Bobcats were 1-8 last year. They're going to start 1-0 this year. Josiah Thomas with the carry is going to lose yardage. Back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th and 10. They're not going to have to run another play as the game clock is less than the play clock, so that is going to do it. The Bobcats start the season with a win. They are 1-0, 31-0. They beat Sturgis. We will take a 4-minute break, and we'll be back with some unofficial stats with Alec Johnson. We'll talk with head coach Brady Clark in a bit, and we'll pick an Outlaw Graphics player of the game who will get a t-shirt from Outlaw Graphics as well. 31-0 the final. Bobcats get the win in their first game of the season against the Sturgis Scoopers. 4 minutes and we'll be back. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.